Hey everyone, Genome here, coming with yet another unboxing video. That's right, the time of instruments is at hand, and who am I to deny the times? So sitting behind me is my latest acquisition here. This is actually going to be an unboxing and maybe a quick demo of the Rogue-090 acoustic guitar. I already have another acoustic, but it is currently in the hands of someone who needs it a lot more than I do. So in its absence, I've been kind of wanting and missing to strum on an acoustic, so I wanted to go with a kind of a good bargain one. These normally retail from anywhere between $50 and $100, depending on when you look at them. It fluctuates wildly. I picked them up mine for about 60 bucks. So I'm going to show you a quick unboxing and maybe do a rundown of the fit and finish, and then I'll lapse over and maybe play it some more. Once again, I probably won't play it much, if at all, today at this opening because it's very cold here. I'm letting it acclimate. It did sit outside for a little while. So one note is I'm not real happy with the packaging so far. You can't see it. I'm sure you can hear it. It doesn't feel like there's anything in there to stop it. And I don't know if you can see this, but apparently this drew the ire of someone. They were either kicking it or walking on it. I'm not sure what facility that was, but kind of disappointing. But hopefully inside we have an uninjured guitar. All right, so there's a little bit of paper in here, but if they put it there, why didn't they put it there too? There's just too much dead space in there, so it's a little worrisome. But I've had a couple like this so far, and none of them have been busted up here, so hopefully my worries are for naught. More importantly, it's packaged well in here, let's hope anyway. So there it is in all its, hopefully, soon to be glory. It does seem fairly secure in here, so the packaging seems fine on this portion. So, hey, they included a Allen key for the truss rod in there. Nice touch. What lies within is the Rogue Fine Instruments. Now, part of the reason for me getting this one, a Rogue brand in particular, was because I have that Rogue violin style bass, which I absolutely love and think was a great deal. So I figured I'd give them another chance as well on an instrument, especially when I caught it on sale. Once again, it was about 60 bucks through Musician's Friends. So they're doing the new thing too, where they're wrapping the strings, which is kind of nice. So I wanted to go with the natural finish. You can actually get cheaper guitars if you're not too worried, if you want like get wild colors. But I really wanted more of a traditional look, and I didn't realize there'd be kind of a protective coating on the front. That's fine, I guess, but I was hoping more for raw, but I guess you have to put some kind of sealer on there, right? Oops, so we got a little paper to get rid of. And here it is again, very light. This thing probably weighs, I don't know what the specs is wood and all that for. I think it's supposed to be a maple top, but it does kind of look like maple grain. This thing probably weighs maybe 4 pounds, maybe. Now let's check the fit and finish real quick. Once again, this is just a bare bones electric. Has quite a bit of packing dust on it, but that's to be expected. Black finish on the back. Up and down the neck as well. Looks like, you know, fairly nondescript tuners, but there's a little bit of play in them, but nothing too untoward. And they look beefy enough, I'm supposing. This fretboard though needs some serious oiling. It's so dry, it's as dry as a bone, but that's okay. Let's see. This fingerboard, it's got almost like a recessed fingerboard in a way, and it's not really rolled over here. So it's, once again, kind of like the Beetle bass, kind of like the Grote. It's almost like a 90-degree angle there, a little sharper. That may be to your preference, may not be. Interesting gold strings it has on here. That's not to be what I expected. Sound hole design, or the pattern around the sound hole, is tasteful and traditional. The pick guard is a little interesting going up into the design, but you can always pull that off if you don't like it. I'll probably just leave it on there. Bridge feels like almost like balsa wood, to be honest with you. Really light, but everything appears to be in place. You know, unless I'm blind, I am not seeing another strap post.
Are you kidding?
So I have to look at the pictures again, see if it's supposed to have one, but you think I have. Now, typically I'll probably just tie it up anyway with a shoestring, whatever, like I usually do, but that's interesting. I figure it would come with one back here. So, but it says it's QC passed, and I mean, other than that, I don't see anything too bad on here. Side dots are okay. They look okay. They look kind of nice, actually, integrated in the paint scheme. There are some chips here on the headstock. I don't know if it's going to come out, but you can see them like right here. That's actually gouges. So that's not good. That got past QC, or they happened in their packaging. Yeah, the pegs seem okay. Yeah, that's pretty bad that that's nicked up like that, but not a perfectly flush or flat top, as you can see. So once again, another little teensy attention to detail thing that no one but the actual owner is going to care about. Not the world's best glue job here at the fingerboard where it meets. Trying to get the glare off of there. I mean, a little bit of glue overspill, nothing too bad, but it's there. I mean, this is a definite, you know, lower end, at least for pricing, guitar. What do we got for sound hold here? Yeah, sound hold looks nice and clear. You won't be able to see in here because of the light, but trust me on that, it looks pretty clear in there. And what else? Let's check the frets. They're a little bit sharp on a few of them. But honestly, the fingerboard is so almost recessed back here that I don't think it's ever going to be a problem. You really got to be reaching in to feel them. But if I was going to be running this neck pretty fast, I'd want to knock those down a bit. They do look a little unfinished in some spots and hastily glued. Once again, this is a price point where you're going to see stuff like that. So definitely not the best fret work, and they look really small, the frets. And very dirty. Of course, you know, stock strings and all, what do you expect? So what I'll do is, you know what, I'll probably just give this a really quick tune, hit a few chords on it, do nothing crazy, so you can get an idea of the sound, and I'll just do an external mic, nothing fancy, and obviously you can't play through an amp. So, I mean, so far, it's kind of what I expected, full-size kind of Dreadnought, and neck feels good to the hand, though it's got the heavy kind of lacquer on it, which I'm not a speed player, so it doesn't really matter that much, but it could slow you down. But, you know, it looks nice. The back is so uniform and all that. It's not bad. Oh, yeah, let's take a look at the neck. I don't think it's warped. Looks pretty good, and the action actually looks just about dead on, to be honest with you. I tend to like mine a tiny bit high, but I think this action is actually set up pretty well as you can get on that on an acoustic. So yeah, let me switch angles here and get set up and just tune it, strum a few chords, and I'll give you my final verdict.
2,000 years later.
All right, well that was a long tuning session. Obviously these strings were never stretched before they left the factory, and kept wanting to jump out, and it may lose tune again. I don't know, between the cold and probably never being stretched. It took a while, and the strings seem a little filmy or something. I don't think it's a lubricant. I don't know what it is, but okay, we got something halfway decent now. There's a very nice tone coming out of here. Well, as nice as I can make it. Oh, and by the way, always strum for Jesus. But, yeah, this has a nice tone. Pretty decent sustain, too. Not too bad. For an El Cheapo, right? See how it sounds a little higher. I don't think this, I don't think his B string is holding tune too well, but we'll see. Doesn't sound too bad. bad. I'm actually pretty impressed with the tone of this. Hopefully it's coming through. Let me get the mic a little closer to it, I think. Got a little bit of fret buzz. Get a little higher up. The frets don't feel that bad. It definitely needs a cleaning, and it definitely needs some moisturizing. It's dry as a bone there, and I'm almost afraid that the ends might split. It looks so dry, but you know, that's probably just me being paranoid, but so yeah, after me botching riffs. But I don't know, I'm really digging the sound on this. I mean, isn't that like the quintessential kind of Dreadnought sound? Let me get that a little closer in case it's not coming through. I mean, this would be a perfect campfire guitar. I mean, it's of course a little big, but I mean, for those who want like a beater guitar for $60. There's some fit and finish issues, of course, which might be kind of common with about any guitar at this price point. But I think this thing looks and plays a lot better than it should. Yeah, would I give this a recommend? I think so. I think there's another, could we have another winner here? It's not as clear cut, a great buy as the violin bass was back there, but honestly, if you're in the market for an original Dreadnought style guitar, I think you could do a lot worse than this. The nut, I didn't mention it in the unboxing, feels really good. It's obviously plastic, and it's cut maybe a little shallow, especially down here in the higher strings. I'd like it to be a deeper cut, so I may have to remedy that a little bit. But so far, I mean, it's holding tune, but once again, these strings are from the factory. I'll replace them, of course, and they weren't pre-stretched, obviously, because this thing took me literally about 20 minutes to tune up, and I've never had that much problem with the guitar before. But, you know, it sounds kind of good all over on the chords, you know? So yeah, this isn't too bad to strum around on. I must say, this would, I think, make just about any enthusiast happy. I'd call it probably a pretty good beginner's acoustic, to be honest with you. This one doesn't seem too hard to play. It's not wearing my fingers out like some of the other ones. Now, whether that's do these kind of sappy strings here, I don't know, but I'm digging this guitar. Mostly just the sound, like this fit and finish, just give or take. And honestly, I thought it was gonna be more of a less finished top. Isn't that kind of weird? I wanted more of the drier top, but this will probably last longer, so who am I to complain? But in the inside, it looks good. It's got all the components that you're gonna need to make some good acoustical noise, and I have to give this a thumbs up. I think this is a pretty good bargain at 60 bucks. As long as these tuners hold, I'd say these tuners are definitely the weak point here. They don't feel good for the most part. I mean, they seem solid enough once you get them set, but there's a lot of play in these things. And I wonder how well it'll hold tune. But, you know, I don't know. I have a lot of cheaper guitars back there that seem to hold tune pretty well. So, yeah, I'm digging it, man. I'm not disappointed. So anyway, yeah, I think this is a pretty good pickup so far. It's definitely going to serve its purpose for me, and so far I'm happy. Maybe I'll do a long-term follow-up, but you know, honestly, I mean, I don't expect too much of this thing to change unless this thing warps or something, but I doubt that's going to happen anytime soon. And climate-controlled goodness of my basement. So anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like videos like this, and maybe I'll do some more unboxing videos in the future, because you know how it is with gear acquisition syndrome, or GAS for short. You just can't get enough of them even when you can't play them that well. So yeah, give it a thumbs up. Check out the Rogue RA90 Dreadnought style guitar. If you can find it on sale, I think it's probably a pretty good deal for those either looking for a spare beater guitar. One honestly will do just fine, even in a gig setting, I'd say, once you got it set up. Might want to replace the strings, to be honest with you, and check on them tuners, but that won't stop you from playing a gig. You just got to tune a little more often, right? And the price, man, just can't beat the price. I mean, say what you will about imports, but you know, it's hard to argue with the value sometimes, and the quality you're getting for the price, you know. Kind of sad, state of affairs, but it's where we're at. So until next time, this is Genome, out.